This time on Red Dirt Diary, I'm in the Victorian High Country and I have no idea where I'm going. This week, I have the girls from Offmain showing me around the Victorian High Country. Leading the pack, we have Stephanie in her NP300, followed by Miss Molly. This girl knows how to give a hell of a drive to this front lock GU. And then we have Demi in her newly wrapped 80 series. This 80 will go anywhere with a right foot like Demi's. And to sign it off in the back, we have Amber in her twin-locked 105. Incredibly well put together. I think this is going to be one heck of a trip. So track number 1 for the day is called Beard Moors. It is meant to be a little bit too steep, a little bit too wet, and a whole lot of freezing cold. I'm glad to be in the car, not outside the car right now. So that's just the first little section, or the entry section of the track done. It is a little bit clayey considering that it didn't rain last night, which is kind of a good indication of exactly what VIC High is like. Slippery and steep. But hopefully the rain holds off and it doesn't get too much harder, but if it does, it's probably just gonna be more fun. All right, beautiful ladies. How are we feeling? How do the cars feel? I'm glad to be in the car because I'm freezing.
Feeling good. Nav's driving well, and just taking in these views. Yeah, absolutely loving it. Can't wait to do a few more tracks today. The car feels good, so we'll see what comes next. Feeling good back here in the 80s. Waiting for my handbrake to kick in, actually. Couldn't ask for better. The 105's doing amazing.
So we've decided that we are going to drive it. Driving it means, one, we're going to commit to the exit on the other side because we don't want to drive it back this way. Agree? The current is in favour of us. Molly is going to have the GU on the water's edge with the winch on free spool to come and get me. Demi Moore has volunteered as tribute to run the water and come and get me if need be.
Yep.
You're going to have the GME so that if we need to communicate to each other, everybody on the outside of the car can hear what we need. And if I drive it successfully, all the girls are going to drive it because the hardest car to probably get through this is my car. Copy, cool?
Copy.
Okay, let's stay dry. All right, we'll drive it.
It's too cold to get wet.
Yeah, I agree. I'm a little bit nervous. It's not so much the water crossing. It's that if we continue this track and there's a tree down on the other side, or there's anything wrong, or there's a bigger water crossing that we can't cross and we have to come back, I don't want to come back. I meant it when I said I don't want to drive this crossing upstream. Cross your fingers, here we go. Okay, we're halfway. The current is definitely helping me. Yes, good Hilux. That's a fully rock bottom. Thank God for that. That went seamlessly. I've aired down the right amount. I'm really stoked with that. The next girls will do that easy. Easy. Don't go super left, but just think a little bit left because the big holes are on the right. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm watching. I'm ready. Sort of knocks off the more challenging and steep parts of the Beardmore track. So far, so good. VIC High. It's not only beautiful, it's fun, it's challenging, and I'm having a very good time. The car feels great, the girls are doing good, the track gets better and better, so yeah, I'm keen to see what we find. That last bit? Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah, good, because I had to feel like I had to run scared. So I've been testing out this new app that Tyler Thompson actually recommended to me. Pima Maps is something that I do use and in the past, but it's not free. This app it's pronounced, I think, Gaia, spelled G-A-I-A. It's free, it's got heaps of information in it, and it's compatible with my Polaris head unit. All I have to do is connect my CarPlay, and I'm able to just use it freely out of reception, which I'm loving here out in the VIC High. But there's a track coming up that I mentioned to the girls called Flats Track to see if they know it. And they said they've seen a few people drive it in the past. It's definitely one of the more challenging tracks. But seeing as though all the cars are performing really well, the girls are feeling really good, I'm thinking that we might go and check it out and end the day with a little bit of an adrenaline rush. We said we wanted an adrenaline ending of the day, and I think I just walked myself into one. I cannot get that car there. No.
We send Molly up. If Molly doesn't make it, we know we're not gonna make it.
Yeah, all right, well, let's just bloody send Molly up. Once this passenger wheel starts driving up this wall, she will lose traction on the other side. Unable to safely turn the GU around to come back down the hill for a recovery, we decided to reverse the Navara back down the hill. However, everybody in the convoy being a little bit too competitive, we were not going to leave without giving the hill a crack. So up next is the 80. So it's becoming apparent to us quite quickly that this track is a little bit of mission impossible. We've had 2 cars not be able to do the first challenge and 1 patrol make it to the very end. We've turned it into a little bit of a game where we're trying to see how far we can get up the first challenging part and putting markers on the ground. The scary part is you then have to reverse because going forward isn't an option. So the challenge is on for me. I will give it a go, but we got to do it safely. And a few girls are getting a little bit nervous because reversing in VIC High, it's a little bit rattling.
A few girls being you?
Only me. It doesn't need a bump, it just needs slow and steady a few times. I got a little bit of brake fade because I'm in full touring mode, so I got like 100 litres of water on and everything like that. It's only getting steeper, so I think that will reverse me back from here. But I gave him my best shot, and this truly is the track that only 1 out of 5 cars could get through. So we've made it to our camp for the night, and this is a camp like I've never seen before. I hear about these Victorian high huts, but this one is extra special. I have to thank Stephanie because she organised all the logistics behind the scenes to be able to bring us here. This hut is insane. I thank you so much for bringing me here.
You are so welcome, and places like this just would not exist if it wasn't for the West Gippsland Corporation. So thank you to the people behind the scenes that maintain all these places, all these historic things that we've seen today. You ready to see some more?
Oh, I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm excited that we're sleeping somewhere indoors with the fire because we'll sleep nice and warm and nice and cold. For the wild day that we're taking on tomorrow, apparently the army track is one with a bit of commitment, so I think a bit of rest, some good food, and a toasty sleep is what we're gonna need for tomorrow. Done. I know that I keep saying this, but last night in the cold, I was the perfect temperature. I slept like a baby, and this hut was insane. It kept everybody warm and out of the rain. It is raining, however, so the plan today is to do some miles and get to some high altitudes, because if it continues to be this cold, we hopefully will see some snow. So the Offmain girls had a pretty good plan to end this region that we're in with a really big fall driving moment, which was going to be a track called the Army Track, which we are driving. The issue is that it's rained quite a lot last night, which is meant to make the Army Track a whole lot harder than expected. But we've decided to commit to it. We camped right next to it, so we are going to take it on and see how many cars we can get up this crazy big hill. Hopefully more successful than yesterday.
I'm sorry. Fred, you screwed it. Jigs, it seems like your lockers aren't engaging. Do you just want to winch up this?
Yeah, I'll just pull the winch and then I'll get to the top and I'll check the line. Something's not happening.
With the Army Track in our rear and Rusty hanging under it, we had made it to our highest altitude yet. And the temperature just continued to drop lower, telling me that the opportunity for snow was almost at our fingertips. We decided to make our way to the biggest possible hill on the hunt to find the white stuff. The moment we hit the blacktop, Stephanie had noticed that we had a big problem with the Navara. The welding on her lower shock brace had cracked and then snapped off. She jumped in the passenger seat of the Hilux, where I drove us to Lacola for some reception to call a tow truck. But out of sheer luck, the Navara broke down right next to a beautiful camp spot by the river. After the exhausting day that we've had and a sad day to be in Navara, we wanted to enjoy this stunning camp spot that fell in our laps. So we've woken up on the final morning and it sadly is time to make our way out of the mountains, but we've decided to leave the fun and scenic way because the local gave us a little bit of a hot tip that there was some snowfall last night. We're either going to find some snow or a whole heap of mud. At the end of the day, it's a win-win because the end of the road is Dargo Pub and I am very excited for a toasty lunch. Okay, look, after a few hours of climbing, we didn't find any snow, but we did find a whole lot more mud, and we might have had a little bit too much fun. I'm so happy to be saying this. We have finally made it to our ultimate destination, the Dargo Pub. I'm so keen for a hot feed and a few too many beers. That's a wrap for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for coming along, and I will see you in the next one. Also, bloopers too. Don't want to miss out on those, obviously.
Fix it. I couldn't have picked a better spot
to park my car at.
Oh, do you want me to fix it for you? Oh, it's on a little...
I'm the only girl in the whole VIC High that's slightly rattled. But I'll do it.
But I won't like it.
But I don't like it. I could drive to Victoria with a handbrake. Oh, this GoPro's still rolling. Sorry, Dad. Love you, bye. You're like my driver dummy. All the shots that you see of the car doing something, it's actually just me with the camera.
Everything cool is me.
Yeah, it's Jai. We're gonna give it a red hot crack.
Nailed it.
Yes, it's so early in the morning.
That
It's
was
6
the
o'clock in the
one.
morning. I can't believe you made me do that now. Here we go. This is close enough. It's right on the lens. Okay.
Just grow up, babe. Drive the track.
Cough, I want Molly.
Not feeling it, Bridge?
I'm feeling it from here.